Hey, this is Beverly Bozeman. I am the creator of Speak Queen, an encouraging platform for women. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Be sure and share this broadcast with your friends and your family. Be sure and turn on the notification bell so that you'll know when I'm on. And be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you. I really appreciate it. My broadcast today is entitled, If You Have a Frankenstein Heart. This is kind of like a follow-up to the other video, A Frankenstein Heart. You have to check that one out to get a full understanding. But basically, a Frankenstein heart. And this can apply to anybody, but I'm talking really about the Black woman in this particular video. If you think about the monster or the creation, Frankenstein, the scientists that put him together took body parts, different pieces from dead people, and kind of created this monster. And you can see where he was sewn together. It kind of looked like patchwork, right? And so, in my opinion, when a Black woman has had like enough and she's at the end of her rope and she has like this outburst or this explosion, especially like in a family situation. I'm just tired. All y'all do is use me, or all y'all do is take from me. Or she's on the job and I'm busting my tail and I don't get any recognition and you dock my pay. And, you know, it's just like, this has been a buildup. And to me, it comes from having all of these negative emotions and all of these negative situations just pile on top, and they kind of like become grafted. And it's not the actual physical heart, but it's, you know, her emotions and her will and her consciousness, the things that make her who she is. And she has all of these patches of negative emotions and experiences, and they have just grafted themselves together. And so she can't grow. She can't really heal because it's always something piled on top of the other thing. And so I just kind of saw that in a vision or a situation or a comparison to the Frankenstein monster, because he has, you know, different patches of people. So to my Black sisters, if you find yourself with a Frankenstein heart, I have two solutions. The very first thing that you need to do, because you know if you got a Frankenstein heart, if you just bursting out, like you just hold things in and then you just have these outbursts, you probably have a Frankenstein heart. And one of the first solutions is to be honest with yourself about the pieces that have been grafted together. What are you angry about? You got to be honest with yourself. Get a journal, piece of paper, pen, and get to work. Write it out. I am an advocate for journaling, but if you live in an environment to where you don't feel safe with writing because somebody would find your stuff, after you write it, destroy it. Or if you can write in code, write in code. Initials, fake names, fake dates and times. And just be honest. When so-and-so did XYZ, I kept my mouth shut to keep the peace in the family. And this has been 6 or 7 years, and I'm still dealing with the fallout, and I'm mad as hell about it. You got to recognize the things that you've kind of pushed to the back burner. Because we know how to do that, honey. We know how to take those emotions and stuff them and swallow them and put them on the back burner, because we got to perform for the world. We got to still be mama to those kids. We still got to be wifey to that husband. We still got to get on that job and be employee number X, Y, and Z. We still got to go to the church house and pass out the fans. We still got to get on the phone and be like, yeah, girl, I know, I understand. Be that listening ear. We still got to perform, because that's what it is. We are performing on fumes. And the world does not care. Sometimes it's the world that we live in, our immediate world. They're too busy living their own lives. So they don't really, focus on that. Mama, she'll be fine. Oh, friend, she's good to go. She's always laughing. She's always smiling. Babe, she's a trooper. She hold it together. She take a licking to keep on ticking. My baby, she know how to handle life. But on the inside, we cracking. Just slowly cracking at the foundation. Not on the wall, but on the foundation. Because by the time you see it up there, it's too late because it's already started down there. But the other world we live in, the world that everybody else lives in, they sure don't care. They're the main culprits. So the first thing that you would need to do as part of your solution, if you have a Frankenstein heart, is to be honest with yourself about why. This could take a day. It could take weeks or longer. But you have to take the time to write out or just have a conversation with yourself, because you can't escape yourself. So you might as well be honest. If you hate that girl, say you hate that girl. God is listening. Get it out. So you don't have to feel it. So you don't have to keep talking about it. Every time you say you think about busting her in the head to the white meat. Yeah. You need to address that thing. Especially if you see her on a regular basis. Ugh. Anyway, write it out, talk it out, or whatever. Now, that can be considered the basics. And that could be something that just does the trick. For some people, it may take more than that. You're going to need to talk to somebody. And when I say talk to somebody, I don't mean pick up the phone and call homegirl. Nope. I don't mean wait till you go get your hair did and when you're in the shampoo bowl, you talking about it. Nope. Because beauty salons tend to have ears. And those ears tend to be connected to mouths. Those mouths are usually glued to smartphones. So you know what that means. And in regards to talking to family and the pastor or the pastor's wife or the people that you usually confide in, let me ask you a question to ask yourself. How long have you been talking to these folks about that situation, similar situations, all your situations, and has it been effective? Have they been able to help you? If they have, then keep on keeping on. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But if you've been talking to these people for 800 years about the same old thing and you really won't change, then you need to stop. Because you're either boring them and you're just using them as a sounding board, or you're giving them material to talk about you with. Or it's falling on deaf ears. And guess what? They got problems all their own. If it ain't working, then stop doing it. Instead, find a professional, certified counselor, psychiatrist, psychologist. They're in the book. Look them up. Insurance typically pays for most sessions. I don't know to what degree, because everybody's insurance is different. And I suggest finding an African American woman. They are out there. They are out there. And if you are going to speak to a counselor, it makes sense. That's why I say an African American, black, whatever, female counselor, because she's black and she's female. So she knows something about your plight. She just does. If you cannot find one, or they're all that you have found are booked out, get a brother. And I don't mean to be sounding racist or nothing like that, but a black man can understand your problems as being a black woman better than a white woman. I'm about getting some help. Forget that. I'm not about just talking to somebody just to get it out, trying to be, find a sounding board. You can find a sounding board anywhere. You can get on social media and find a group and get in that group and tell your problems. That's nothing. We want solutions. We don't want to talk no more just to be talking to get it off our chest. Later for that. I think that's what the forums are for, chats are for. Going to the beauty shop and just letting it all go. That's what that is. But if you want real, not saying that you can't find solutions in the beauty shop, because you can. You can find them speaking with the pastor. You can. But I think we have to get to the point of where we get down and we get dirty about the crap that we are holding in, because we hold in a lot. Unless you are the type of woman to where you don't hold nothing back and you're going to say exactly what's on your mind at all times. So you probably have gotten stuff out of your system and you don't carry stuff around trying to protect other people's feelings, because we do that a lot. We hold stuff in trying to save other people's feelings. And meanwhile, we hurting like a mother. We just, oh my God, we are so broken. We are so angry. We are so just crushed at the hands of other people and at the hands of our own hands, if that makes sense, because of the choices that we make to do or to not do. We just hurting. And getting it out is good, but where's the solution? What do you do now? How do you fix what is broken? And how do you create a new system or a new way of thinking so you don't keep making those choices? That's what it's about, because you're going to end up on that hamster wheel. Life is just going to be a hamster wheel, just running, and not going in place. And I say, find a certified black female counselor, because she understands what you're going through to some degree. If everybody's booked out, or you just, I can't find nobody, I read up on them and, somebody just don't seem right, I don't think they're for me, find a black man. He understands to a certain degree. I mean, he understands what it's like to be black, so he can help you with that part. But if all the black folks are booked out, or they just cost too much, or your insurance doesn't cover them, talk to somebody. It's time to get rid of these Frankenstein hearts. Life is happening around us and we are missing out. Every day shouldn't be like the day before if it's miserable. We should not keep having Groundhog Day experiences like the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. Groundhog Day. The same rotten day over and over and over. It's time out. Other folks living their best lives, like literally. They're traveling the world and we're still sitting here on that darn hamster wheel running. And some of the most grimiest, low-down folks just enjoying the best that the world has to offer. And we as black women, some, most, however you want to look at it, still on the struggle bus. Not to say anything about, taking anything away from those who work hard to get what they got or whatever. That's fine. But there are some black women with a Frankenstein heart and they need help. Anyway, just my 2 cents. Well, I think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And again, share this broadcast with your friends and your family. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so that you'll know when I drop another video. And be sure to release your genius. Pull off the impossible every day. Remember, you will have whatever it is that you say. So be positive when you speak, Queen.